Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of A Light in the Dark. Now, in the last episode, I got ending 1 of the game, A New Beginning. And frankly, it's bullshit. It is absolute fucking bullshit. Spoilers for the last episode, and for ending 1, although I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, so what the fuck ever. Spoilers incoming, you've been warned. I was let go in the end, after having what turned out to be a literal last supper for my kidnapper. She decided to kill herself with sleeping pills after letting me go. And, frankly, I think I could have done something differently that could have resulted in a better outcome, if only slightly better. Because I refuse to believe that this had to be the absolute definitive ending of the game here. Because if it is, then frankly, this game is going to leave me feeling very depressed after everything's all said and done. Even more so than when I got ending 1 to begin with. And damn it, I think both her and her sister Eiling deserve something resembling a happy ending. So starting from this episode onward, I'm going to be trying to find the other endings for this game, and hopefully somewhere among them I could find something that will give me a more better result than what I ultimately got with ending 1. So, yeah, I'm going to be starting from day 7 and trying out different dialogue options, or even just observing things in the environment I didn't think of to observe before, and hope that I get lucky somehow. It's going to be a bit of a guessing game, to tell you the truth, but I'm willing to go a little bit of an extra mile here if that's what it takes to earn everybody's happy ending here. So it's probably going to take me a little while to eventually get everything, including what may hopefully be a more definitive, better end, if there is one. But we'll see. I'm just gonna tackle everything one step at a time. So, see you guys soon when I decide to do something new or something occurs, whichever comes first. Okay, I'm back for the last segment of action taking. So maybe I just got to observe. Okay, I got to observe maybe the sleeping pills. I think observing the sleeping pills here is definitely something here I should look at. What else could I look at? I don't know, maybe the fucking chair. I'm desperate, man. It's a simple wooden chair, unpolished just like the desk. It's quite rough, as though it was actually made by hand. I'm not sure how old this chair is, but I can almost smell its level of decay. Window? Curtains again? I don't know. Come on, there's... Fuck it, the closet. Or wardrobe. Is one wardrobe closet of a certain age with a nasty moldy smell. The ravages of time really messed up the door, as though one kick would totally shatter it. Come on, give me something. Anything. I'm not getting anywhere. Just observing different things on the final day. Nothing's changing. I might have to go back to an earlier point in the game. Maybe I even need to go back several days, or even start the whole fucking thing over. I have no idea. But just to be on the safe side, maybe that's what I should just do. I should just start over from the beginning and then just try things differently until eventually I get something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do just that. Okay, I'm gonna yell for help. I'm just gonna try select options that'll just piss off the older woman. Since I'm gonna go for the completionist route and just go for all the different endings I can unlock anyway, I mean, I might as well just knock out 2 birds with 1 stone while trying to find a better definitive ending. So, yeah. Hearing my rapid heartbeat, I cleared my throat. Anyone there? I tried to call out in a low and dry voice, which echoed out in the room, but got no response. Hey! Anyone there? I raised my voice, intentionally avoiding words implying distress in case the kidnapper was still close by. If she did hear it, I could just pretend I wanted to negotiate. My voice continued to echo in the empty room. The dead silence made me even more uncomfortable. I waited and still got no response. It appeared no one was nearby. Before I could think further, I heard footsteps outside. I couldn't help but tense up. Who was that? Before I made up my mind on how to respond, I saw the girl pushing open the door. Holding a knife and wearing the same overcoat and scarf, she stared at me. I tried to look back calmly, but I could still clearly feel my rapid heartbeat. Before I opened my mouth, another foot landed on my body, abusing me with no mercy. Didn't I tell you to stay quiet? You're quite the yeller, aren't you? I can be. So she heard that after all. Let's fight back. I tried to fight back, but she dodged it easily. Do you even understand the words coming out of my mouth? Move again, and I will beat you senseless. I'm not kidding. After she told that to me, she sat next to the window and lit a cigarette. Okay, this looks the same. Oops. Okay, hey, I will make a few things clear. When I contact your dad, don't move any funny ideas. Trying to scare me. I have plenty of times to try it again. Okay, let's do, this is all the same. What are you talking about? Okay. And I'm dead. I fell sideways to the ground. My vision started to get blurry. My consciousness faded gradually. All the surrounding sounds seemed further and further away. The only sound I could hear was my own weak panting. No, if I fall asleep now... I struggled to sit up, but my limbs weren't responding. As if I was stuck in the mud. Damn it. If I had another chance, would it end up differently? That's what I'm hoping. Now I'm talking about for the long game. Before I could contemplate anything, my last thought was devoured instantly by the darkness. Life is unfair? No. Achievement unlocked, choose death. I wasn't dumb enough to argue with someone with my hands tied, especially the person who was holding a knife. Loser. Damn it. Okay, let's cooperate this time. Got it. I'll play by your rules. Still assessing the best way to deal with her. I should avoid triggering her for my own safety. Okay, that's not auto-forwarding, so that's good. You better. I'm free once to get the money, right? What do you think? Her nonchalant answer proved my guess. Not that her assent meant anything. If a kidnapper's promise actually meant anything, then even world peace wouldn't be a pipe dream. Okay, this looks the same. Let's look away this time. I wasn't dumb enough to argue with someone with my hands tied, especially if said person was holding a knife. Loser. Seeing as how I didn't respond, she sneered and lost interest in me, returning to the window. Note updated. What does it say? Okay. Okay, I don't see anything new here, except for the dialogue options, which give me white text. I can't skip through those, so I'll take any difference. I'll take anything I can get here. Any tiny difference in decision here that could lead me to something different. Anything at all. So I'm just gonna keep doing this constantly until I eventually get something. What do you want? Are you an idiot? I can be. Money, of course. Do you think I enjoy kidnapping people? She grunted in disdain, then her mouth broke into a naughty smirk. Of course, teaching your type of lesson feels good, too. Otherwise, you would think the whole world revolves around you. Her words were still aggressive. I had no idea why she was so mad. Everything else aside, just the fact I didn't even know her in person made it bizarre that she had such a grudge. So, what happens after you get the money? Kidnapping is naturally for money. But money for what? Will they ask for more? Escape abroad? Most importantly, do they intend to let me go? What do you think? She raised the corner of her mouth and returned the question. Her non-committal smile was creepy. It's none of your business anyway. You just pray your daddy pays up soon. That amount is nothing to you, right? I hope so, too. Bringing this up covered my mind in shadow, but I couldn't do anything about it. Okay. I want to go home. You think that's funny? Hilarious, actually. She showed no appreciation in my direct response or my sense of humor. You want money? How much? None of your business. Okay, this looks the same. Okay, here's another thing I'm going to be doing as I look for different endings. I'm going to try to observe things in the environment as I continue playing the game that will update my notes. Like, random things like the clock on the wall. Like the clock on the wall stopped. I have to figure out the time on my own. And there was nothing in my backpack that I could cut the rope if I had something sharp. And just looking at the window, even. Just anything throughout this whole game, as I'm going through the different days that may be different in the environment or something that changes that could likely update my notes in any capacity. That's probably going to help me, maybe, the more information I can accumulate over time. Hopefully, This will help. Probably thinks it's a scam. Probably thinks it's a scam. This outcome is only natural. Even I would not take this sort of call seriously. His baby boy will suffer if he doesn't come around soon. So funny, you think I lay a finger on you. Okay, here's something I think I might lead me to a wrong end. Basically, try to be as cooperative with the little sister as possible. Pulling the rope right and left, I noticed there were some gaps despite how tight it was. It might loosen up if I pulled a few times more. I could rub it against something sharp. Don't move. Hearing her nervous voice, I raised my head and saw her pointing a knife at me only a step away. A thought crossed my mind suddenly. Could I push the rope in her direction as she stabbed, and would that cut the rope? That is a tremendously fucking stupid idea. Let's try. I tried to bump into her direction as planned, while closely observing her actions. Don't get any closer! Hearing her sharp scream, I saw the blade flash before me like a silver light. Oh. Defying my own expectations, I couldn't react in time. A long cut appeared on my arm. There was no time for surprise. Seeing her twisted face, I knew that was panic caused by overwhelming fear. I would die. Time seemed to stop right there. I clearly noticed my heartbeat and the raising blade. Wait! Her body shook, and her hand stopped abruptly. You... She couldn't speak out of stress. Her small chest rapidly went up and down, and her hands trembled from grabbing so hard. I was only kidding. No more struggle. Put down the knife, please. I held my breath and didn't dare to move one bit. I couldn't even take notice of the pain in my wound. I was afraid to trigger Nurse's sensitive nerve. She stepped back while staring at me, but refused to put down the knife. Her expression was more on guard than before. I was an idiot. There was no way to block a knife with the rope. The wound was deeper than I thought. Using blood reddened the sleeve. I could feel the stingy pain now that I calmed down. I shouldn't expect her to help me stop the bleeding, so I had to wait for it to heal itself. I brought this upon myself after all, so I had to remain calm. Note updated. So, what? Her head hung down, she looked a little scared, didn't want to talk. Okay. Was there another thing here? Who is this big sis? Stay silent. The cut still hurt. I lost too much blood, and now my body felt even weaker. I didn't even have the energy to think. I closed my eyes with my back against the wall. It was close to noon when I woke up. I couldn't really rest since I was only half asleep, and only felt even more tired. Okay. Now bring me another decision prompt, please. Focus on resting. Oh, whoops. Rather than feeling pointless curiosity, I should rest and replenish my strength. Okay. Come on, give me something. Let's manipulate. Didn't she tell you? Her face darkened immediately. She tried to say something and only pressed her lips. Why don't you ask her if you want to know? Aren't you familiar with her? Even with my manipulative words, she only frowned and stared right at me. She angrily sat back in the corner, holding her legs like a puppy waiting for its master to come home. Her impression of me must be worse now. I have to wait and see if such manipulation worked. I'm so sorry for being a dick, but it's for the completionist route, man. So, what do we have here? Seen my arm wound? She asked unpleasantly. Would you believe it if I said this was an accident? Wipe that smile off your face! Seeing as I tried to cover it up, she angrily yelled at me. If you already knew, so why ask? You really want a beating, don't you? Kind of. I am trying to piss you guys off right now. I shrugged and answer returned no answer. It was pointless at this point. Whatever, I knew I couldn't trust people like you. Eyes filled with distrust, she mumbled words drowned in hatred. Let you go. Alright, come on, get lost, big sis. I gotta try to do more manipulation games. Fear death grasped my body. Her face was so twisted it seemed insane. Struggle! Stop right there! Unable to suppress my fear, I tried to wave my hands to stop her approach. Ooh. She easily knocked my hand out of the way and pushed me to the ground. I struggled to get up, but then she grabbed me by the collar. My body slammed hard into the wall. Facing her cold stare, my heart froze instantly. Now you're scared. She scornfully stared at me, with a look of madness. All the lines I came up with didn't work. The message was clear in her eyes. She wanted to kill me. She wanted to stab me, slice my throat, and open my wounds. It wasn't about the ransom. All that was present was a desire to murder. I trembled uncontrollably, but couldn't speak. I thought I didn't care. However, now that I was this close to death, I realized how much I wanted to live. Don't move. Move one bit and I stab. The fear of the unknown suffocated me. I could feel the cold touch of the blade on my throat. My mind was blank, without even the desire to plead. I was so scared by the knowledge that one tiny movement of mine would guide the knife to my throat. One simple push and I would be a dead man. I vividly felt the knife cut open my skin, creating a thin wound down my neck. Blood came out of the wound. Not as painful as I thought, but the alien sensation made my head go numb. One last time. Don't lie to me. One word at a time, she made her message clear. I'm done with the likes of you. If you dare look down on me, you will regret it. My voice filled with hatred, she meant it. Seems... Okay, there we go. It's heavy, must try to do something. Do you really think you can get out of this unscathed? Realizing I couldn't convince her normally, I changed plan and tried to threaten her. She just looked at me with indifference. It didn't faze her at all. There's still time, if you just let me go. Let you go? You think I'm a fool? You think I tied you up for fun? Who do you think you are? The series of questions rendered me speechless. Instead of fear, my words triggered her rage. I realized then how much determination it required for her to do it. Rather than acting on a wild impulse, she knew full well what she was doing and the consequences that followed, yet she decided to do it anyway. In comparison, I underestimated the situation. Just let you go. What do you know anyway? You think you're some big shot? Why do you think I kidnapped you? I have no interest. I have no interest in knowing. Anyone could find some sort of justification. It was all about social injustice. Society didn't take good care of them. Blah, blah, blah. The fault was always others. Only this way they could protect their fragile ego. She didn't get angry at my words. Her smile seemed to be mocking my answer. Yep, you don't need to know. And I don't care about you either. I just need to get the money. The rest doesn't matter. What does she know about the kidnapping? Don't you feel guilty? Using a kid like that. Don't you feel guilty? One more word and I will make you not able to talk again. Hitting a nerve, she malevolently pulled out her knife. It felt more like rage than a threat. How pathetic. If you're gonna talk big, then you better face it. The punch in the face was painfully hot. Seeing her twisted face out of anger, I looked askance at her and grunted. Going for violence just because you can't win the argument. How profound. Why, you? I didn't even need to talk to enrage her. I just needed to keep looking at her. This naturally wouldn't help anything, but I just couldn't swallow it down seeing how she manipulated a naive girl. Okay. What is your relationship? It's less boring chatting. I am not in the mood to chat. Answering with violence, she squatted down and pulled my hair hard, while saying each word slowly. She really had no sense of humor. I didn't dare say more, so I kept my mouth shut. I am just being the biggest bitch right now. And to think, when it comes to completion, going to completionist round games, I'm willing to stoop to all kinds of lows just to see everything. Being a completionist is funny that way, I guess. Alright. I should be getting sick now, I think, so... let's try to escape. If If they had contacted my family, then there was no way to resolve this in private. I had to escape somehow. Would the police negotiate with the kidnappers? Would they look into the surveillance camera footage? There might be no surveillance cameras in the new building, and I had no idea how long it would take them to figure out my location. Never having imagined myself being kidnapped before, I started to wonder if I should use movie or novel plots as reliable references. Negotiation. Ransom. After evaluating all the information, the highest priority was still to untie myself. Okay, that was useless. Or is this an escape attempt here? I gotta... Let's converse. Maybe this is an escape attempt I gotta do over the course of a day or something. Maybe I should have just chosen the option to rest. I feel like I'm just choosing options that makes me bond with them rather than the opposite. Let's chat. How long have you known Big Sis? Your sister. What if you're being manipulated? What if you're being manipulated? I don't want to hear that. She awkwardly turned her head to hide it behind the book and refused to talk to me further. Okay. Where'd your big sis go? Excuse me. Where'd your big sis go? I don't know. I tried to start a conversation and still made no progress. Does she care at all? Big sis told me to guard you and that she would be back soon. Okay. She's afraid. What if she escapes by herself? What if she escapes by herself? Impossible. You sure? Big sis wouldn't leave me. She's not like the others. I tried to manipulate the relationship, but it didn't work on her. Instead, she now disliked me even more. I really had no idea about the relationship. Her trust in Big Sis was just blind. So you know. Or so you think, excuse me. Anything else? You really believe in her. Big Sis not a bad person. Not really. She promised me. Do you just believe in anything she says? I asked in disbelief. Even though she was still young, such blind trust was far too ridiculous. Not harming me? Where do you think I got all these injuries? By accidentally hurting myself? She stared at me with pressed lips, but couldn't deny my words. And made no progress. Okay, let's just... So what if I hurt her? They kidnapped me first, after all. Therefore, they should pay for their decision. All I should care about is escaping. Nothing else. Big Sis. I don't like her. I don't like her. I see. It'd be strange if I did. I'm here tied up because of you guys. Right, there's no way. A regretful smile appeared on her face and she fell into silence. You have the saddest smiles. Seriously. You're making me feel guilty about all this. Or even more than I already am, anyway. I might like her a little more if you let me go. That's impossible. Her voice was light, but with unshakable determination. Okay. Why me? What do you mean? There are many rich people out there to kidnap. Why me in particular? Wouldn't a little kid be an easier target? I still don't know why they picked me. If I could figure that out, maybe I could guess the culprit's identity. I don't know. Big Sis just asked me to guard you. Mocker! What a good kid, doing whatever Big Sis tells you to do. With all these mentions of her Big Sis, I couldn't help but mock her a little. She naturally could tell my mocking tone and tried to say something, but eventually decided not to. I'm feeling so bad about this, believe me. What do you picture me as? A rich person? You're still talking to me even though I'm being... Your Big Sis is in the wrong here, even though I'm being such a dick. Why are you even entertaining me at this point? Well, entertaining talking to me. Seriously, your Big Sis is in the wrong here. Big Sis is not a bad person. I didn't do anything, yet here I am. You really think she's right about this? There's a limit to being naive. She's not who you think she is. That's not true. Big Sis is... She tried to argue, but her powerless voice almost sounded sympathetic. She will let you go when she gets the money. She promised she wouldn't do anything to you. I wish I was as confident as you are. Now what? Who are you? Desire to talk. Come on, give me something new. Make me face retribution. I totally deserve it. Just let me rest. Just let me rest. Now I'm going to waste more energy. I sighed tiredly and closed my eyes. I heard the sound of her stepping back and felt her glance at me with worry. And she's back. Hello, you. Don't you know I'm delicate? Oh, wait. No, that was just an old option I chose before. Oh, fucking well. And we got our tense argument. I couldn't exert any force. It was like I was floating in a freezing ocean. I couldn't even talk. Big Sis, he's still got a fever. I vaguely heard the little girl's voice, yet I couldn't really tell the distance. Leave him be. But it's not our job. I don't care what happens to him once we get the money. I could hear a sound, but it broke off constantly and made it impossible to make sense out of it. Yet I could still sense the hatred and disdain in her voice. In my cloudy mind, I felt a sense of remorse. Why me? Was it my family wealth? Crime rate? My carelessness? Or perhaps there was no reason. Because the world isn't fair. No matter what happens, we can only accept. Standing in the world of darkness. There was no sky or land, only endless darkness. The same dream. There was annoying voices, on and off like an intermittent radio signal. Suddenly the floor collapsed and I sank like it was quicksand. I tried to move my legs, but they were stuck. I couldn't even raise my hands. I could only let the darkness swallow me. My ankles, knees, then wrists. My body gradually fell into darkness. For my vision was covered in darkness. I once again heard her unmasked hatred. I hate people like you. After that, I heard my own voice. Something straight from my heart. Something I'd never spoken of. I hate you too? Yeah, me too. Close enough. Ending 5. Parallel line. Achievement unlocked. Sickness. So, there's at least 5 different endings total. I definitely got a bit of a ways to go then. I will cooperate. At least for now. I didn't finish the full sentence, but she already looked happy and clearly dropped her guard a little. Note updated. What do we got? Got all this crap to go over. And ship. Nothing I haven't already seen. Why me? What do you mean? Okay, wait a minute, I already read this. Actually, but I haven't chose this option yet. Let's inquire further. So this is all planned by that big sis. No, it was Mr. Ken. No, wait a minute. I think I read this all the way back and during my first run. Mr. Ken. It's so cold. Without my coat, all I have is this thermal shirt, which is far from sufficient in this weather. I have to keep myself warm to even rest. I can't conserve my energy without sleep. Can you bring me a coat? I'm a little cold. She turned her gaze to the coat, but only shook her head, unmoved. No. Why must you let me freeze, man? I just want to keep warm. It'd be troublesome for you if I got sick, right? She hesitated, but handed me the blanket on the bed after seeing I wasn't lying. Here you go. Well, I could have probably done this during my first run. Save myself the trouble of probably getting sick. Thank you. So, please don't run away, okay? Hearing the almost pleading tone, for a split second I didn't know how to respond. It wasn't like I had a choice. What was she thinking about? Regardless, I could finally rest nicely. Note updated. What do we got? She was unexpectedly loyal to her big sis. Okay. This all looks the same. You don't really talk much, do you? No. One word ended the conversation. Even I didn't know how to continue. Regardless of our difference in age and background, plus the fact she was the kidnapper's accomplice. That was amusing. The date stopped at August 30th, 1999. If it is the date the original owner left the place, then it must be at least 15 years old. No wonder it looks this miserable. Or rather, it's kind of a miracle for this place to even still be standing after so many years without any sort of maintenance. No kidding. Let's look at this poster. Achievement unlocked, nice game. What is this, a shameless plug? The yellowing paper reveals signs of age. Seems to be a popular video game from the past. That isn't really plausible. Wardrobe. Remain silent. Not wanting to waste more energy, I just quietly watched her examining the rope. She forcefully pulled it, making the rope bite directly into my flesh. Care about me versus spreading disease. Is that so? Oh wait. Never mind, this was something I've already chosen before. Apparently. For a chance to escape, though, something I definitely didn't choose. My hands were free, that I could figure a way to get out of here. First, I had to replenish my energy and relax her guard. I choose knife. I picked knife. Wait, what does that even mean? Let me stab both of your legs, then I won't tie you up. Never mind, the rope is fine. Your choice, not mine. Why don't you try to change that then? Oh. Why don't you try to change that instead of complaining to me about it? I still had issues with her whining attitude. Even if one couldn't choose one's upbringing, complaining wouldn't make it better. If the game's rules couldn't be changed, then why not try to play the rules by the rules first, then change them when you could do so? There was always the option to just slit your throat, hang yourself, or jump off a building, hoping it would be better next time. Still a better alternative than whining all day long. Yes, I can only change it with my own hands. Surprisingly, there was no rebuttal, just a mysterious smile on her darkened face. I had gone through beatings and threats, but her smile right there scared me more than ever. Just wondering how much money you owe. Just wondering. Does it matter? Just a number I can't afford. Probably isn't much for folks like you. She replied mockingly and lit up a cigarette. She turned her head and said no more. Whatever. It's pointless to tell you more. She grunted with hesitation and relaxed her hand. Our conversation. I didn't know what she wanted to say. She was the one who started it, yet she acted like the unapproachable one now. Suit yourself. I didn't ask you for anything anyway. There was no point in talking further. We were never meant to meet in the middle since the beginning. She never tried to understand me. I was the damnable rich boy who didn't know how to cherish what he had. She lit another cigarette, making tobacco smell even stronger in the room. The shaking light shined upon her serious face. What was her past? Why did she do this? I didn't need to understand her, nor need to be understood by her. Like my parents' relationship, or the social unfairness, I didn't have to worry about things I couldn't change. I should just focus on the task at hand, which was to get out of here. Pull the rope. I tried to forcefully pull the rope. It was impossible to break it, so I just aimed to loosen it. Damn, that hurt. Upon the rope making contact with the wounds, the newly healed skin started to bleed again. The stinging and itchy feeling was unbearable. If only there was something sharp, like a dagger, a cutting knife, or even rock. Hearing my voice, she moved her body and pulled the blanket. Luckily, she didn't wake up. I couldn't let her see my struggling. Now, keep pulling the rope. I had to try no matter what. I moved closer to the table, trying to rub the rope against the side of it. Carefully, she's gonna wake up. I tripped and crashed into the desk. I only managed not to fall over by supporting myself against the wall. What are you doing? The girl's voice from behind froze my blood instantly. My heart started to beat crazily and uncontrollably. I was stretching. I tried to calmly change the subject, but anyone could tell the emptiness behind those words. Not even trying to argue, she picked up the knife and walked towards me. Hey, listen, shut the hell up. My head hurts, so don't test my patience. She impatiently furrowed her brow and supported her head as though it was really uncomfortable. Before I could agree to it, she had moved in to tie up the rope around my arms. Still trying to escape when I'm not watching. You guys are really not trustworthy. It was only normal for me to want to run. Who would want to get kidnapped? Thanks to all this hassle, all the trust between us went straight into the sewer. She returned right back to her kidnapper mode. I could only hope they would pay in time, and she would let me go as promised. Well, shit. Told you it might spread. Shut up. I'm not in the same bad shape as you. I'm not helping you if you faint. Shut up. Lack of sleep led to a bad temper. She waved her hand to stop me from saying more. Okay. You owe so much money. Why don't you seek help from a social worker? There must be some other way. For crying out loud. Stop talking like a big shot. You think you're so smart and we're all just idiots? She suddenly kicked me, then coldly looked at me struggling on the ground. Let me tell you this. Everything you learned from textbooks is completely useless. If 1/10 of that bull crap was real, you really think I would be here? So shut your trap if you want to go home in one piece. Understood? Well, I guess that's the end of that. Stay quiet with the name. I memorized the name secretly. It could be the clue to find the mastermind. That Miss Wang you just mentioned. She was about to talk before immediately shutting her mouth, still remembering her big sis's words. I had to find another way to make her disclose it. She's the real culprit, right? Hmm? She tilted her head in confusion, not knowing what I was talking about. Damn, I need to somehow cover it up. What I mean is that she... I don't know. Realizing my intention, she replied calmly, but with a determined face. I almost pity you here, but there is no good ending waiting you for doing this. Then what can we do? I don't know. I couldn't even sort out my own problems. We alone must bear our crosses. We all have our own problems to deal with. No one cares about it, and no one will help you. We are born into this world alone and face these problems alone. Those who can't make it will get eliminated. The world is not only unfair, but merciless. Okay, it's getting dark and no new words. Let's escape. No more hesitation. It was my only chance. I suddenly raised my hand, pushed away the little girl with my elbow. Her fragile frame fell to the ground with a weak scream. Should I cut open the rope? Or just run? My thoughts were a mess. My body moved on its own. I stumbled to the exit and forgot all about my plan. My feverish mind could only think of one thing: escape. Regardless of the method and who I would harm or kill, I would get out of here. What the fuck? I was at the door but couldn't open it. A trembling hand couldn't even hold the knob steady. Was the sister coming back? Did the little girl stand up? Was it too late to grab the knife? The adrenaline rendered my mind blank, and in the chaos, I couldn't open the door. Open! Open now! Open the goddamn door, you fucker! I lost control and smashed both my hands against the door. The door made a squeaking sound and gave me hope. All of a sudden, time stopped. You got stabbed, didn't you? All the voice vanished, and my hyped emotion cooled down. What happened? I felt a blade cut through my chest, yet there was no pain. Only an alien sensation of dissonance. I was stabbed? So it would seem. As though answering my question, all the feeling returned to my body at once. The fierce pain came with the torn muscle, and I heard myself screaming. There was no air in my chest. I tried to breathe, but felt the power leaving my body swiftly. Will I die? Will I die in this godforsaken place? No one knew, and no one cared. My legs gave out, and I kneeled to the ground. I should yell or stop the bleeding. Yet at this moment, I could think of only the fact that I would die. Healing, are you? As though teasing my futile effort, the girl returned and pushed open the door with ease. You. Shocked by the bloodshed before her, she was speechless. Sorry. I'm sorry. You jerk! I couldn't take care of her mumbling sister. Couldn't take care of her mumbling sister. She rushed towards and supported me. The gushing blood stained her coat. She helplessly bit her lips. Feeling my life was escaping, I saw the little girl just stood there with eyes filled with fear, not believing what she had done. I'm so sorry I made you kill me. Strangely, I held no resentment against her. When death was this close, nothing seemed to matter as much. The girl who didn't possess the courage to stand up to her fate and only listen to her sister. How heavy would the word murder be to her? I wanted to tell her not to feel bad about this, and I didn't hate her. But all that came out of my mouth was blood. You... Shit! Ailing, call the ambulance, now! She made up her mind and called out to her little sister, yet her voice sounded so far away. Why the ambulance for me? They didn't intend to end my life after all, even without the ransom. Or... It became difficult for me to think. All the blood loss made my body feel cold. Everything became blurry before me. Don't you die now! You loser! Hang in there! I was dumbfounded by her panicking voice. It would be all over for me when I closed my eyes, but they would have countless problems to face afterwards. You don't even know the half of it. Where to run to, what to do without the money. Should they surrender? Whatever. None of it mattered. I powerlessly closed my eyes. Only then did I feel the temperature in her hands. It was warmth that was shared by everyone equally, regardless of upbringing or position. Ending 4, same warmth. Achievement unlocked, warmth. Well, I've been at this for quite a while now, and I've only gotten a couple more endings. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just end the video here, and I can continue hunting for more endings in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Light in the Dark. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.